You have to plan it. Planning is the most important part of anything. If you haven't planned, you're going to screw up. Hey there, Coach Devin here. Cravings at night. We've all had the cravings at night, right? You get home, you have supper, and then you're jonesing, and it's carbs and sugar that you're looking for, sometimes fats too. How do you deal with that when you really want to get more fit, right? You're trying to get more fit, you're dying to get more fit, you're doing all the things you need to do all day long, and then nighttime shows up, and whew, it is hard now. It's hard to figure out what the heck to do at night. Well, we're going to talk about that right now. I've got a couple ideas on ways to deal with that. Before we get going, please hit that heart down below. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment if you have comments, questions, anything you're curious about. You have an idea of how to deal with some of those carbs at night that you've used that have worked. Write it up down below. It helps the algorithm. I would love to have you do that. Also, hit that bell down below. That allows you to know when I make another video. The reason I make these videos is I've been in this game as a fitness trainer for 28 years. I've owned a gym for 11 years. I'm in the gym right now. And you know, I try to put out good, honest, real information to help other people out there so we are all going in the right direction rather than making the mistakes that a lot of people make and that I've made over the course of the years. Okay, nighttime. I'm the same as you. Quite often at nighttime, around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm getting hungry. And I start to get hungry, and in reality, I know I'm really not all that hungry. I'm partially bored, I'm partially a little tired, and I start wanting to snack on things. And usually the snacks I want are like, you know, peanut butter. And, you know, peanut butter and rice cakes, or, you know, people like chips at night, or they want, you know, sweets at night. A lot of people want fats, carbohydrates, and sugars at night. Why is it that you're looking for those things? Well, number one, the reason is probably, those things make you feel good. Carbohydrates, they up your energy levels, they make you feel good, they make you feel happy. That's why you want to eat carbohydrates. Sugars are a carbohydrate, but they're an instantaneous, quick carbohydrate, so you get that blast right away, right? You feel good, you're like, oh, wow, I feel good when you eat sugars and carbs. It just works that way. Fats, they satiate you. If you're a little bit hungry at night, you're a little peckish, the fats will help satiate you, so you tend to want to eat those things, and we all want to eat at night. So how do you deal with that? What is the best way to deal with the fact that you're hungry at night, or you want to graze at night? I'm a bit of a grazer myself. I want to graze at night. How do you deal with that? All right, I have a couple of ways to do it. I have two specific ways I deal with that. Number one is when I'm at work, like I am now, I'm busy. I have things to do. Like I always say at work, I got shit to do. I got to get going. That's a good thing because it keeps me on top of stuff. I bring my own food to work. I never eat anything outside of the food I bring to work. I know what I'm going to eat for the day. I figure out my calories in the morning that I'm going to have at work and at breakfast. So my breakfast, my snacks and food, all my meals are about the same size anyway. So all my meals, I'm probably going to have about 4 meals over the course of, you know, between first thing in the morning and 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, get home around 6. That's what I'm going to have, so I know what my calories are there. Now, if you ever trying to figure out your calories, again, I've said this 18 million times, but I'm going to say it again for those of you who don't know. Take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 10. That's how many calories you need to be alive. Okay, I'm 226 pounds, so 2,260 calories I need to be alive. If I exercise and burn another 400, add 400 to that, now I need 2,600, right? Yeah, 2,600 calories to be alive. If you want to lose weight, you have to be lower, drop your calorie level down. It's that easy. Cut 350 to 500 calories out of your diet every single day. You will lose weight over time because you need 3,500 calories in the negative to lose a pound of fat. That's how this works. It's pretty simple math, and it's an easy one to remember. So I plan in the morning, so I know what I have for breakfast. I know what I have for my 3 meals during the day. So I have 4 meals before I come home, and I know how many calories those are. I don't know it perfectly. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can play with it a little bit, you understand? But I know I've had, usually coming home, I have about 1,000 calories left to eat. I like to call it front loading. Backloading rather. I backload my calories into the evening. Is that going to hurt you? Not at all. You can eat your calories whenever you want. I just know that during the day I'm busy, which means I'm not grazing, which means I'm not bored eating because I'm, just feeling like eating. I get home, I have 1,000 to 1,200 calories of usable calories that I can get before I hit the maintenance phase. Now, if I'm like I am right now, I'm trying to get a little bit leaner. Obviously, I want for 300 to 500 calories in the negative, right? If I have 1,200 calories, that gives me about 700 or so calories I can eat when I get home. A meal when you get home is going to burn, 400 calories, give or take. If you have a healthy meal like meat and some good carbohydrates like quinoa or rice or something, and vegetables, you're talking 400 to 450 calories. So leaves you 350 calories you can actually eat at night. Now, you can burn through those 350 calories real fast with junk food. Like that. I mean, like 28 potato chips is like 250, 300 calories. That's not a lot of potato chips, right? I mean, Lay's used to say, I bet you can't eat just one for a reason, because you can't. That's the reason. So what do you do with that? So number one, I backload my calories. The reason I backload calories is that way at night, I have some calories to play with. I have those 350, 400 calories after supper that I can have and still be in the caloric negative or where I want to be calorie-wise. It gives me a little bit of options at night. So, that means I can have another snack, and if that snack is something like yogurt with a little bit of oatmeal and some protein powder in it, you know what? It fills me up, makes you feel like I've eaten something. If you're, jonesing for something more than that, sometimes I will have rice cakes with peanut butter on them. Again, a higher calorie thing. The rice cake is like 40 calories, right? 45 calories is not a lot. The peanut butter can be, 70 to 80, 90 calories in 1 tablespoon. So you're talking 2 of those is 200 and some calories. It's a way to eat something, and you're eating something crunchy. It helps. So my first rule is always backload those calories so you have the calories to use at night. And number 2 is you have to build good plans at night. So I know what I'm going to have during the day, right? I know these are the calories you're going to have. I'm going to come home with about 1,200 or so calories I can eat. After supper, I have 700 or some, I have about 700 some calories I can do. What am I going to do with those calories? Okay, I can have some foods that are good. And the trick is to plan. The first, number 1, have the backload it. And then number 2, more important, right? The number 2 one, which keep you on sync, right? So number 1, you backload those calories so you have the calories in the evening. And number 2, figure out how many calories you can have in the evening. Okay, so say you have 500 calories that you can play with and still be in the negative that you want, or be where you want to be, because maybe you're maintaining. It's possible you're maintaining. In that case, plan out what you're going to have. Don't just graze. Don't get into the potato chips, because you can eat 8 million potato chips, right? Everybody knows that one. But if you're smart about it, say me. I like peanut butter and rice cakes. Okay, if I'm going to have peanut butter and rice cakes, okay, I know I can have 2 of these, about 250 calories. I could probably have 2.5 or even 3 and still be in the caloric negative that I want. You have to plan it. Planning is the most important part of anything. If you haven't planned, you're going to screw up, and then you're going to be mad, and then you're going to be frustrated because you haven't lost weight. You have to plan, guys. Plan. Every day, plan. Know what you're eating. If you plan, then you know what's going on. So when I backload those calories, I have the calories to use, but then I also have to know how many calories I can have and what that looks like. Because I want to eat the most amount of food for the fewest amount of calories, right? In the evening, when you're having sugar cravings and carb cravings and fat cravings, you want to be able to fill yourself up so you're not hungry, you're satiated, you feel good, but you're not eating a bunch of good junk and garbage. It's pretty easy. You have to plan. Look up what things are. MyFitnessPal, easy app, and it'll tell you what you need for food, how you need to do it for food, what is in food, and then you can go by that. Google it. Gosh, Google it. It's there. Everything is there. So if there's something you like to eat at night, Google it and figure out how many calories it is. And you know what? And my third one, I just thought of this right now. My third one, which is actually pretty simple, don't deny yourself things necessarily, but don't break the seal unless you're planning to really break the seal. And when I say that, I mean this. If I have 1 chip, I will want 100 chips. If I don't have any chips, I don't care. That's something you have to keep in mind. When you break the seal, if you have chocolate, you want more chocolate. If chips, you want more chips. Don't break the seal. All you have to do is get through 2 or 3 days of not breaking the seal, and guess what? good things happen, and you're in a better headspace, and then you're like, oh, I'm pretty good. It's easy to say no. I have found over the years, for clients and for me, it's easy to say no to something and not eat it, way more than it is to stop after you start eating it. So that is my third trick, right? The third one, don't start eating it and just have a couple. I don't like just having a couple. I want to have as many as I want. So the best thing to do is just don't have it at all. Plan. If you want crunchy food because you're looking for the carbs, popcorn, good choice. Rice cakes, good choice. You can eat a lot of that, not a lot of calories, right? Those are simple ones. If you want fats, you know what? Yogurt feels like you're eating a lot more. Greek yogurt, great one, feels like you're eating a lot more than you're actually eating, right? Put a couple nuts in there. It'll make you feel like, 8, 10 almonds or cashews that are raw. You will feel like you've eaten more. Sugar, if you're dying for sugar, eat something sweet. You know what I drink? I drink water with Mio in it. And if I'm super craving sugar, I just add extra Mio so it's sweeter. You know what? It feels like I'm having some sugar, and it helps. Anything to help you get in the right direction will get you there and will help you get more healthy, more fit. But it's simple tricks, and knowing how many calories you have, backloading those calories so you have them in the evening, knowing what you're going to eat, and then making good decisions around that. Because in the end of the day, you want to finish that day and feel good. You don't want to be starving going to bed because nobody likes that. And you want to have eaten as much food as you can for the fewest number of calories. If you have comments, questions, or things you do to help yourself get through the evenings, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, because if we can get some more information out there, it's better for everybody. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome.